Hello, welcome to this year's first video of 2019. My name is Robert Madrano, owner of Peach Hill Soils. Today we're going to talk about gardening at home, homegrown vegetables in your backyard. It's very rewarding. With the new year, I like to talk to people about what New Year's resolutions they're bringing into their lifestyle. A lot of the New Year's resolutions are, I'm going to get more exercise, I want to eat healthier, I want to save money, I want to spend time with the family, and I want to just enjoy the outdoors a little bit more. And what we're going to talk about today is going to cover all that. It's a heck of a great project, very rewarding, very healthy, saves you money, gets the family involved, and it teaches your kids a little bit about gardening, and they tend to want to eat the vegetables that they grow. So that's what we're going to discuss today, and I think you're going to find it very beneficial. One of the most important steps in getting this vegetable garden underway on the right foot is planning. Very important to plan it out. What I mean by that is discuss with the family what vegetables people would like to plant. And then also talk about who's going to be in charge. It's nice to have a young family, young kids involved, and maybe give them a title as a garden monitor, a watering person that stays in charge of watering, somebody that's in charge of the soil, does cultivating, things like this. It's nice to incorporate the whole family into this and find out what vegetables they're actually going to eat. And you can also do theme gardens. When I was, when my kids were young, we would have a box that was a salsa theme. So in that salsa theme box, we would have the chilies, the tomatoes, and the onions. We had another box that was a salad theme. In that box, we had the lettuce, the cucumbers, and the carrots. And we had a third box was just random things like corn on the cob. We did some melons, we did some pumpkins. So you could do a whole array of vegetables. And I also found out that the kids will eat the vegetables. They tend to eat the vegetables that they grow. So planning this out first is very important to have a successful garden project. Step 2 is location, just as equally as important as step 1. In this roughly 20 by 20 area, you could see we have 2 beds behind us. You could actually fit about 4 beds in this area. What's nice about this particular spot is we have about 60% sunlight. We have a gravel road here, or gravel pathways around the boxes, and I have a water line within 10 feet of this garden bed, so it'll be convenient to water when necessary. This gives you plenty of options, plenty of growth space, and just a real nice area to grow your vegetables. Step number 3 is construction of your garden bed. This particular box here in front of me is 4 feet long by 2 feet wide. This is going to require 6 to 8 cubic feet of garden soil. As you see, this box is supported inside and also on the bottom. And as you see on the bottom, we have gopher-proofed this box by staple gunning some chicken wire at the bottom. This is going to ensure that gophers aren't going to come up underneath and destroy your plants. So we're doing our best to protect this bed. Over here, for our friends that have condominiums or apartments, you could also do container growing. Within this 5-gallon bucket, we're growing chilies and onions. What's nice about container growing is if it should get cold, you can always move these closer to the house to protect them. I will let you know that this is going to require a little more maintenance because you don't have the amount of soil that you do inside a garden box. It is going to require a little bit more water. But it's nice. You could still have the same amount of veggies in containers as you would inside a garden box. And that's the beauty of that. So just to recap, today we covered planning of our vegetable garden bed. We also talked about location and how important the sunlight and water and the area that we have. And lastly, we discussed construction of the garden bed. And we also talked about container vegetable gardening too. For people that don't have a backyard, you're in a condo, you're in an apartment, you could be just as successful with these containers. These particular pots were handmade in Mexico. Very decorative, looks good on a patio, but you can also do something simple like a black nursery bucket and still be very successful. By the way, all of these things are available at our stores by simply calling us, and we could tell you what we have available. I really appreciate your time today, and I hope you learned something about vegetable garden. Don't forget, you can also email us and ask us any questions you may have, and we'll do our best to answer them. In a couple of weeks, look for our next video which is going to be about maintaining our garden boxes once the plants are established and what's required. Thank you very much.